Committee for Thursday, March 21st. We have a few bills to get through, but first, some congratulations. Chair Patterson announced some Women's Caucus officers on the floor this morning, and 3 of them serve on our committee. The new first vice president is Michelle Guyton. The new treasurer is Linda Foley. And one of the at-large members is Jackie Addison. So congratulations to the 3 of you. And with that, we will turn to our bills. I will start with our guest because he arrived earlier, Senator Salling, to talk about this very important SB 156 Port of Baltimore renaming.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, and committee. For the record, I'm Senator Johnny Ray Salling. Being here with the Environmental and Transportation Committee, I want to thank you also for this opportunity to present Senate Bill 156. I want to thank my chairman, the sponsor of the bill, Senator Cazzoni, and I want to thank also the chair here for the opportunity to sponsor this bill. The proposal is to codify the name of Helen Dunch Bentley Port of Baltimore in statute. The previous year, it was an executive order. We would like to make this in statute and law. Helen Dunch Bentley was born in 1923 in Nevada, Ruth, Nevada, and made history by becoming one of the first women to cover the waterfront news for the Baltimore Sun after graduating with a journalist degree in 1944. She also, in the Port of Baltimore, led the host of the Icon WMAR TV series, The Port That Built the City and State, using her platform to raise awareness and advocacy for the increased public investment in Baltimore economic powerhouse. Also being appointed by, at the time, President Richard Nixon, Bentley was the chair of the Federal Marine Commission in 1969, making history there with the federal government. Even after leaving public office service and until her death in 2016, Helen Dunch Bentley continued to dedicate herself in the interest of the port and honoring her legacy by the previous governor, Robert Ehrlich, naming the port after her in 2006. We can codify this in statute, serving as a fitting recognition of the godmother of the port and ensuring her impact throughout Maryland and maritime history. I want to thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Chair and committee. And if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator. Any questions on this bill? All right, tell Chair Gazzoni we said hello. That concludes the bill here on SB 156. We'll turn to HB 1364, Prince George's and Montgomery County delegations, People's Council for Land Use Planning. My chair, Chair Polakovich-Carr.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And for the record, I'm Delegate Julie Polakovich-Carr here to present House Bill 1364. And I want to start with a very big apology to the committee for how late this bill is. So this is just a local bill that would ensure that residents of Montgomery County have access to information and technical assistance about land use, zoning, and development review. I will note that the bill is technically sponsored by both the Prince George's and Montgomery County House delegations, but the bill only impacts Montgomery County. The committee should have letters from both delegations in support of the bill on file, as well as our very substantive amendment to the bill.
Any questions on HB 1364? Okay. Thank you, Chair Polakovich-Carr. Good to see you. That concludes the bill here on HB 1364. SB 275 is an administration bill. I do not believe there's anyone from the department able to present today, so we have written testimony. So that concludes the bill here on SB 275. Is Dylan here yet? Do not have Dylan, so we'll go back to that. Is Josie from Senator Chair Smith's office here yet? Okay. Is anyone here representing Senator Waldstreicher, SB 149? About Senator Bailey, SB 207. Delegate Morgan, are you representing Senator Bailey on SB 207, Northern Snakehead Common Name? I'm glad to.
Thank you, ENT members. Delegate Todd Morgan on behalf of Senator Bailey. I think you've all heard the naming of the fish. Mikey's not here to eat it today either. We're going to change it from the Patuxent fish to the Chesapeake Chana. I believe that's the testimony. I hope for a favorable report.
Any questions? Okay, thank you, Delegate Morgan. We have SB 442, which is exhibition driving. Delegate Lehman, do you want to represent Senator Beitel? Exhibition driving? Okay, we can go back. SB 367, Senator Motz. Yes, sir. That'd be great. I would love to see the J. Jacob show up there. All right, man.
Not at the microphone.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Vice Chair, and the committee members. Today, I'm here to present on behalf of Senator Maltz, SB 367, Antlers Deer Hunting Programs Authorization in the same posture as House Bill 481.
Any questions for the designee of the sponsor? Delegate Otto.
Good for farmers.
Excellent. Thank you. That concludes the bill hearing on SB 367.
All right now.
I'm concerned I'm going to get an emotional call on this next one. SB 315, Senator Kelly, my senator, Sarah Demick Lankenkamp Memorial Act.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. It is lovely to be here with the Environment and Transportation Committee. Very quickly, this is an identical cross-file of House Bill 337, which this committee very intelligently passed unanimously. That was Delegate Love's bill. So that's, I think, all I have to say to testify on this bill. I hope you pass this out in this. It's exactly the same posture.
Any questions for Senator Kelly while we have the chance?
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I really love this institution. I look forward to working with you in my new capacity.
Senator, I'm not going to read my social media post to you out loud here, but we're going to miss you. Although I know I'll hear from you when you have a problem with Pepco or with the MVA. So
thank you.
Thanks for walking over.
Wonderful.
And we will call up SB 149. I think Delegate Foley is going to present SB 149, vehicle towing removal, ensure record electronic notification.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. SB 149 is very similar to a bill whose number I can't remember. That was my bill that we passed unanimously in this committee and then unanimously passed the House. And what it does is it allows insurers of towed vehicles to be notified electronically rather than by US mail if they so choose and the tower agrees.
Any questions for Delegate Foley? Okay, that concludes the bill hearing. Senator Bailey, I think as Delegate Morgan's telling you right now, he presented your bill. He did a great job. And have a great afternoon. Dylan, you ready to run through the DNR bills? We will start with SB 281, Natural Resources, Submerged Aquatic Vegetation, Alteration or Removal Requirements.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the committee, Dylan Baylor on behalf of the Department of Natural Resources. Here testifying in support of Senate Bill 281. This is the cross-file of House Bill 109 that passed this committee. This bill passed the Senate committee and the Senate floor unanimously. It makes a few variety of changes to the alteration and removal requirements for submerged aquatic vegetation. And with that, we request a favorable committee report.
Any questions on SB 281? Okay, that concludes SB 281. SB 284, Natural Resources, Sale, Barter, or Exchange of Mounted Specimens from Decedent's Estate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the committee, Dylan Baylor on behalf of the Department of Natural Resources. This bill is a cross-file of House Bill 45 that passed this committee in the House unanimously. This bill passed the Senate committee and the Senate floor unanimously. It basically just provides one pathway for individuals to get rid of legally acquired taxidermy animals from estates. As you know, we have a basement full of these animals at the department. So with that, we request a favorable committee report.
Great. Any questions on this bill? We're still waiting for our field trip. All right, that concludes SB 284, SB 302, Commercial Northern Chesapeake Chana License Gear.
Oh, there we go. Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the committee, Dylan Baylor on behalf of the Department of Natural Resources. This is the testifying in support of Senate Bill 302, the cross file of House Bill 237 that passed the House. This bill passed the Senate unanimously as well. This bill basically removes some of the provisions in law related to the commercial northern snakehead license, now the Chesapeake Chana, and requires individuals to comply with regulations that the department sets. Just as a reminder, this is because the department went through a long public scoping comment with a long public scoping period with different stakeholders to develop regulations. Those would be contradictory to the statute. So with that, we request a favorable committee report.
Great. Any questions? Okay, thank you. That concludes bill hearing SB 302. Senator Smith, don't even sit down. We'll bring up Chair Smith, SB 55, vehicle laws, disabled veteran registration plates issuance. Welcome to the ENT Committee.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Chair, Madam Vice Chair, members of the committee, Senator Smith here on behalf of Senate Bill 55. I think the cross files with Delegate Griffith. Essentially, what this does is it allows for, right now you have to be 100% disabled veteran to have these disabled veterans license plates. What this does is it lowers the threshold to 99% from 50% to 99%, so that in Maryland about 57,000 more folks would be eligible for these plates. This is important because a lot of veterans have disabilities that are like PTSD or a TBI, traumatic brain injury, that are not allocated up to 100%. So this opens the aperture a little bit for those license plates. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I'd ask for a favorable report. Stand for questions.
Thank you. Any questions? All right, Chair Smith, we're going to start spitting out all those SBs a little bit today and then a lot on Tuesday. So keep an eye on our voting lists.
Excellent. We are voting on Tuesday, and we had a great meeting. So a number of your bills will be on the list, and we'll hope to get working fast. So looking forward to working with you all.
All right, good to see you again.
Excellent. Likewise. Have a good one.
Thank you. That concludes the bill hearing. SB 442. I think Delegate Lehman's going to do on behalf of Delegate Vital or Senator Vital, excuse me, throwback, street racing and exhibition driving.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and colleagues. So SB 442 is identical to House Bill 601, vehicle laws, street racing and exhibition driving, prohibited acts, enforcement and penalties. The bill does three things: mandates a court appearance for a driver cited for participating in a speed contest, increases points against drivers convicted of violating the law. They would get 8 points if there's no bodily injury, 12 points in the event there is bodily injury. And it authorizes a fine of up to $1,000 upon conviction for a contest with or without bodily injury. It was amended in both the House and Senate, so it does not conflict in any way with a law that currently impacts both Worcester County and Ocean City. And I ask a favorable report.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, that concludes the bill hearing and all of our bill hearings. It is 1:14. We will take a break till 1:20 and come back and vote. And Senator Mouts, Delegate Jacobs took care of your bill for you.
We're glad you can get some exercise there.
Thanks for coming. All right, we'll be back at 1:20, everybody. All right.